Good afternoon, guys. It is March 27th, 2021. On this video here, I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of owning a commercial vacuum cleaner for household use. Now, here's just my thoughts on vacuum cleaners. If you think about it, they are used quite heavily and they're moved around and kind of banged and beat up and everything like that. You may not intend to, bang them up and abuse them, but, they just get worn out. And especially if you vacuum daily or if you have pets or any kind of high demand for a vacuum cleaner, a commercial vacuum cleaner is going to provide you a lot longer service, much more reliability, and a lot easier access to parts in most cases. Some of them are labeled as commercial vacuum cleaners, but really they're just cheap household vacuums that have like the label commercial on them, and they just put a 3-prong cord on it and stuff. I would not buy one of those at all. If I'm gonna buy a commercial vacuum cleaner, I'm gonna buy something that has a lot of metal and really thick plastic. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. The next benefit is, especially for these ones, these sanitary, classic sanitary vacuums, parts are everywhere for them. You can get just a simple nut and bolt, or just a simple knob, a new motor, a new fan. These vacuums use the F&G style vacuum bags. Some of these sanitaires have a shakeout bag. I'm just gonna be flat out honest. I do not like the shakeout bags, period. I do not like them at all. It doesn't matter what situation I'm in, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I do not like the shakeout bags at all. They make a huge mess and they're not fun to deal with. And especially if you have allergies, they are just a pain. Now, some people will say, "Oh, you just take it outside." Well, to me, it doesn't matter if you take it outside or not, which you should take them outside to shake them out, really. But it doesn't matter. They still just blow dust everywhere, and dust gets all over you. It just, to me, if I'm going to have something that doesn't take bags, I'd rather deal with a bagless canister on a bypass machine than one of these. I'm just going to be flat out honest. And the F&G bags are so common and so widely available and so cheap that it really just doesn't make sense to me not to use those bags. So, yes, fans are very cheap. If the fan breaks or wears out, those run about $5 or $6 a piece. They're very, very cheap. You can actually get replacement cloth bags for these. Um, one thing that you can definitely tell is if it's a shakeout bag, it's going to have a metal clip that slides over the top and no zipper. So that's how you can tell. If it does not have a metal clip on it and it's just straight and flat like that, then it takes the F&G bags. Like I said, F&G bags, or even the ST bags, is way better than shakeout bags. And I know some of you guys use shakeout bags. If you want to do that, that is totally fine. I'm not attacking anybody for doing that at all. I mean, it is totally up to you. But I'm just sharing my opinion and my experience. And trust me, I have had experience with shakeout bags, and it is not pretty. It is nasty. And especially in a commercial environment, it is just horrendous. It is so nasty. And if you think about, like, you know, the outbreak we've had, you know, that's probably not too healthy to begin with, you know, because you don't know what's in there. And I'm not trying to be a freak about it, but, you know, if you think about it, especially in a public commercial setting, it's just not worth it to me. It really is not. You're really exposing yourself to a lot more, you know, because there's just so many people that, you know, you're exposed to, and you really don't know what is in that environment. So I personally would run the bags. You can get generic bags pretty cheap. You can get like a pack of 20 or 40 of them for like $20 and keep them in your closet for, gosh, a big package of bags. If you vacuum once a week just for your households would probably last you many, many, many years, and you wouldn't really have to think about it. The other thing is belts are very cheap. It takes the Eureka RD belts. The other thing that's really nice is the brush roller is all metal, and the brush strips are replaceable, and so that's wonderful. You don't have to use a screwdriver to get into these sanitaires. You just pop these latches and the whole bottom plate comes off. You can get replacement front axles for these. You can get replacement rear axles for these, replacement wheels, replacement bumpers, replacement roller brushes, replacement bearings, end caps, bristle strips, replacement rug plates, replacement hoods, replacement bases. You can get every part under the sun for these. I'm serious. Like, everything. You can get cord hooks, handle assemblies, motors, cords, anything and everything that would break on these or wear out, you can replace. And in most cases, these are very cost effective to fix. Now, this model in particular is an SC899. They don't make this particular one anymore, but they still make an SC899. This is an SC899E. the one that they're making now is an ST899F, and unfortunately that one does not have a headlight, but it's pretty much the same thing. I think it does come standard with a shakeout bag, though, unfortunately, but you can get a F&G or an ST bag setup for these. So it is just incredible. And if you want a vacuum cleaner to last you, decades, then these are wonderful. I would recommend looking for the ones with the metal hood and the metal switch here. Some of them have plastic hoods and stuff. Those are fine. I just prefer the metal ones because it's not too much more expensive. I mean, you just kind of gotta weigh your odds here. And, these vacuums, these sanitary commercial vacuums, cost as much or less than a Shark. And they last a lot longer. And they're super reliable. The other benefit of a commercial vacuum cleaner like this is most of the time, you get a 50-foot cord on these. And that may sound huge for a house, but if you have a large home, it's definitely going to be very, very useful. My house is about 1,500 square feet, so it's not massive by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not tiny either. So, just think about that. If you have, a larger home with a lot of carpet, or a very large basement with a lot of carpet, wall-to-wall carpeting, these are wonderful. But yeah, these will last you a very long time, especially if you take care of them. You do have to be kind of gentle with them when you're picking stuff up, because if you pick up a rock or a sharp object, then you could shatter the fan. And they're not too hard to replace or expensive to replace, but you just want to be careful and avoid breaking that, because it's just more inconvenient, and especially for somebody who is not very mechanically minded towards that, it's probably not the easiest thing to do. Now, some people experience on thicker carpets the belts just burning out on these, and I can kind of see where that would happen. You want to make sure that you're setting your height to the right setting. You just want to make sure that you put it all the way up, turn it on, and then lower it until you hear it hit the floor, and then just kind of leave it at that. You may be able to go one more notch below that, but then after that, you're done. Don't go all the way down. My carpet in this house is, it's a medium grade carpet. It's not thick, but it's not thin either. So it just depends on your carpeting. but I haven't really been burning out belts that much. I mean, the belts do stretch out and wear out after, 6 months or a year, but it's not that bad. So anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.